I'm doing phenomenal. Donnie,
Yeah.
do you sport chump?
Yes, I do.
How old are you?
I am 18.
Born in what year?
2006.
What month?
April.
April, May, June, July. You would be 19. You got it wrong again, Donnie.
No! No!
Jay, take it away. Tell us why you support Trump.
I just support some of the new way of running the government, kind of a more lean and more stricter
Lean.
side to it.
By lean, you mean consolidating power to one branch?
That's one way of looking at it. I can
Oh,
understand your
no. Yeah.
perspective for
One way of
sure.
looking at it is a fascist dictatorial regime. Uh-oh.
No, I don't want to. I don't want to jump straight into jabbing at one another. Let's just keep an open mind and a perspective to different views. I'd like to just say that the has ballooned into something uncontrollable. I don't know if you see it that way, but I live in California, and the level of government involvement in everyday life is kind of ballooned out of control.
So you don't like a ballooned, uncontrollable government?
I
Donald
don't
Trump won't even listen to the
know.
Supreme Court. Is it
No,
fair to
no,
call him
no, 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 no,
uncontrollable?
no, no, no. I don't. I wouldn't say I don't like government involvement, but the level of government and the way it's scrutinizing its everyday citizens, where I live in particular, California, is out of control. It has become a taxing to death
Oh, like
mechanism.
ICE detaining U.S. citizens, like Hassan, like Chris,
ICE
like
detaining
everyday citizens.
ICE detaining U.S. citizens. I'm not familiar with that. I'm sorry.
Hassan Biker, he was detained
Who
by ICE in an
who is
airport.
he?
The largest political streamer alive.
And he was born in the United States,
Yeah.
and he was detained for what?
Suspected of being an undocumented migrant by ICE.
Okay, so he was detained for being suspected of being an undocumented member of society, is what you're
Yep.
saying, right?
Yep.
So when they confirm that he is a U.S. citizen, they will eventually let him go, right?
Yeah, no, they did let him go. He's back to streaming. But I definitely
Okay,
think that this is
okay,
a government
so
overreach into the day to day life of American citizens. How can you
okay, so
deny that?
so we can agree that they just confirmed that he was a citizen and they released him, right? So
After asking a bunch of very political questions about himself.
yeah, I mean, and that's what they're entitled to do, though. They're entitled to ask questions. I mean, if they're
So,
arresting,
I think that this is obvious profiling. B, they detained and questioned him about his political views.
okay,
And then
all right,
C,
so
like, you were just arguing that, like you don't want government intervention in your life. Okay, that is an obvious reach of government intervention.
okay, when I'm saying government overreach in my life, I'm talking about everyday small business regulation, things of that nature. You know what I mean? Like I said,
So if it doesn't impact you, you don't care.
no, I do care. Obviously,
Do
it's
you think
just
that
that.
reducing the effective purchasing power of every American making under $395,000 per year, while also ballooning federal expenditure, is government overreach?
Well, can you repeat that one more time?
Do you think reducing the purchasing power of every American making under $395,000 per year, ballooning government expenditure, and allowing states to legislate on a woman's access to health care, is that government overreach?
No, I believe that that's first to answer the women's rights, giving that back to the states. That's giving it back to the people of those states to dictate how they want to live in their states, which was how it needs to go.
But that puts more power into the hands of the government.
No, it gives more power to the people because now the
Okay.
people get to vote on that, right?
Okay.
Because the power is
So
to the
which side
state,
of the Civil War gave more power to the people, the North or the South?
the North.
Oh, but it was the North who wanted to federally protect against giving the power to the people to
Well,
legislate
well,
on
if you're gonna if
slavery's
you're gonna
legality.
if you're gonna go down that far into the rabbit hole, it was the Democrats who fought to keep slavery.
And if you're going to go that down far into the rabbit hole,
I mean, let's be honest, right?
what did the Republican Party stand for at the time, who fought against slavery?
Well, I mean, that's totally debatable, but there
No,
were,
it's actually not at all. They were a progressive party. And I have a question, sir.
yeah,
Is the Republican Party progressive today?
absolutely, yes, they're very progressive.
They're self-defined as conservative. Where do you think the word conservative comes from?
Yes, but their progression isn't a conservative matter. Their progression is in a
So,
very conservative matter. If you haven't
sir,
noticed,
are you a conservative?
uh, I used to be a diehard Democrat. Yes. but now I am
Wait,
leaning more.
so you think that Democrats are conservatives and liberals are Republicans?
No, I believe that Democrats are so far gone that
So
I
no,
don't
that's
even
not
know
what
how
I'm.
to even
I'm just
recognize
getting
them.
incredibly clear. Who flies the Confederate flag today?
Who flies the Confederate flag today? I would say most people in the South do. Yes,
And how do most people in the South vote?
they vote more Republican.
Ah,
But that doesn't define the whole Republican Party because I'm a Republican in California and I don't fly a conservative flag.
you just called the Confederate flag the conservative flag. You unironically just identified the Confederate flag as a symbol of the Republican Party.
No, I didn't. I reassured you that I understand where you're
No,
going
you
with
literally
this.
just called the Confederate the flag of the
No,
conservative
no,
party.
sir. No, sir, I didn't. You asked me a
Yes, you
series
did.
of
You just called it the
questions.
conservative flag.
Yeah, but you asked me a question and I answered it. I'm not saying that the
You just got
Republican
yourself.
Party.
You just defined the Confederacy
Yeah,
as
but I
indicative
mean,
of the symbol of the entire conservative party.
yes, yes, and I get that, but because the Confederates don't even agree with Democrats, and they were Democrats, so it's
Yeah,
crazy,
once again,
right?
it's because we had a party switch. Also, I don't know if the Democrat Party existed at the time of
Okay,
the
so
Civil War.
let me
It could
ask
have,
you
no,
this.
actually, you don't want
Hang on,
you
hang
you
on.
don't want to learn nuance about history, bud.
No. I just want to ask you
So
some
I'm gonna give
questions.
you nuance about history, bud. Are
Okay,
you
let's
ready?
listen to it. Let's go. Let's do it.
So I'm
Come
actually
on.
not sure that the Democratic Party existed at the time of slavery, at the time of American slavery. If
Oh
it
no,
did,
it most certainly did, and they supported keeping slavery.
well, I think it might have been the Whigs or like the preamble for the Democrat Party. But nonetheless, let's just
They
say
were
that the Democrat
Democrats.
Party
They were
did
Democrats.
exist.
They were.
Well, did the
They were.
Democrat Party stand for progression or progressivism or conservatism?
The Democratic Party standed for holding slavery.
That's not what I asked. Did they stand for conservatism of traditional values or progression or progressivism of new values?
I can't answer for that. I wasn't living back then.
I can't answer for that because I know history. They
Okay.
stood for the conservatism of traditional values. So when you tell me that there was this conservative party back in the day and they defended slavery, well, who's the conservative party now? The Republicans.
Well, would you agree with that? Not being conservative isn't all the same. Can you agree with me on that? Like, can you believe that being
But
conservative in one way and being conservative in another way does exist? Can we both agree on that?
all conservative ideologies are right of the political compass. They're right-leaning
Wow. So
Republican
you're really
red
trying to,
ideologies.
so you're really trying to tell me that everything is one way and everything is the other way. There
Yeah,
is no.
inherently speaking, all conservative values would fall to the right of the political spectrum.
So are you calling me as a conservative, me identifying as a conservative,
You're right-leaning, yeah.
uh, as a as a racist and as a diabolical person? Would you call me
No,
that?
seemingly you're identifying yourself that way. I just shared with you historical fact. Literally, all
No,
I said
no,
was
no.
that there
You're
was a party
saying that
switch,
the
and at the time the
conservative.
Democrat Party.
You're
Sir Jay,
saying
are you
the
gonna listen to me?
conservative.
Are
No,
you
no.
gonna
You're
fucking
saying
listen to
that.
me? Like
No,
I'm sharing history with you, and you're being like a really like annoying person in response to it.
listen,
All that
listen,
no,
listen.
you're gonna
Let's
listen to
not
me. I'm
go
gonna forcefully put
insulting
you on
each
mute.
other.
No, I'm gonna insult the fuck out of you because you're trying to strawman the fuck out of me. You said that it was
What?
Democrats that defended slavery. Then I
Yes,
shared
they
like
did.
Jay. Then I
They
shared
did.
history. Then I shared history with you. There's a
Yes.
party switch. My evidence of the party flip was at the time Democrats were conservatives and Republicans were progressives. Okay,
Yes.
Republicans are today self-identified as conservatives. Democrats today are self-identified as progressives. So
Okay.
if you want to track the ideas, the
Okay.
ideological underpinning truths
Okay.
of political movements, it
Okay.
is the case that the Republican Party upholds
Uh,
ideas that are that are related to a closer degree to the ideas upheld by the Democrats who defended slavery.
So would you say that all conservatives in your book and in your ideology, we are all racist and we are all Confederates or we are all just this bad group of people? Would you say that?
Nope, not all racists. All okay with racism if you voted for Trump, though.
I did vote for Trump, yes,
Yeah,
twice.
so,
So I'm a
uh,
racist
I,
down
I,
with
I,
your
I,
ideology.
so I mean, I don't think I know enough about you yet to call you
Well,
racist. I
well,
do know
ask me
enough
some
about you.
questions.
I do know enough about you to say that you're okay with racism.
How would you come up with that? My wife is half black.
So don't tokenize your wife, and second of all, it's because you support Trump and Trump is racist.
My wife supports Trump and she's half black.
Okay, well, that's no
Okay, so
that's
that just
okay,
destroyed your
like
whole
anti.
argument, and you
What?
seem like a fucking moron now. One, And two, my good
Wait,
sir,
do you think that do you think that white people saying the N-word is racist?
do I think that white people saying the N-word are racist? What does that have to do with anything?
I'll show you.
What does that have to do with anything? We're talking
I'll
about
show
you
you. Show
calling
me.
me a racist because I voted for Trump.
So don't strawman my position. I said
It's
that you're okay with
crazy.
racism, and now answer my
That's just
question.
crazy. That is
The
absolutely
only thing crazy is that the
outlandish.
fact that you're fucking freaking your shit. Now answer my
I'm
question. Do you
not
think that
freaking my shit. It's
do you,
just crazy how
do you think that white people saying the N-word is racist? I'll demonstrate to
That's
you the
totally
relevance.
irrelevant to our
It's not irrelevant at
conversation.
all.
Yes, it is. It's totally
When
irrelevant.
you
It
answer
is
the question, I will
totally.
demonstrate its relevance.
No, I'm gonna ask you another
Okay,
question
no,
now.
I'm gonna have you answer my question. If you don't, I'm gonna
No,
assume your answer.
no.
Okay,
Okay.
Jay, you're now on mute. Nobody watching the live can hear you. I'm gonna assume that you do think it's racist for white people to say the N-word, unless you correct me in the next 20 seconds. Let's get you unmuted. So I'm gonna assume that you think it's racist, unless you correct me in the next 20 seconds.
Do I think it's racist for someone to call someone the N-word?
Yeah, white people saying the N-word. You have 10
No,
more
I
seconds to
don't.
correct me.
No, I don't. No, I don't. No, I don't think it's racist. No,
Okay, so
I don't
you're
think it's racist.
definitely racist now.
So, okay, thank you. So now that we got past that I'm a racist,
I guess I wasn't expecting that. I guess I really wasn't expecting that at all. Where do I go from here? Oh, I have another example. I'm sorry. Like now I gotta like ramp it up. Unmute, Jay. I have another question because I still want to try to demonstrate this point. Do you think that like calling all black women lazy and entitled is racist?
once again, you're asking a perspective, dude. That's not up to me to answer that. You know what I
So
mean?
from your perspective, is calling all black women lazy and entitled because they're black women racist?
Once again, that's a figure of opinion. It's not racist, dude. That's just a figure of
What the fuck? Dude, okay,
Yeah.
leave. You don't think
Yes.
it's racist to call all black women lazy and entitled because they're black women?
No, because there's plenty of
Put your
black.
wife on the mic. Put your wife on the mic.
There's plenty of women.
Put your fucking wife on the mic.
There's plenty of black women who
Put
work
your
really
shut the hell
hard.
up. Shut the hell up. Put your wife on the mic.
I don't have to bring my wife to talk.
Go
to
go
a
ask
little
your wife how she
stink-
feels about your belief that it's not racist to call
Dude,
all black women
me-
lazy and entitled because they're black
Me
women.
and my wife have gone over the fact that if a white person calls a person the N-word, I don't think that's racist. I think that's a white person.
So I think that I think
dumb.
that you need to tell her your newest perspective, that you don't think it's racist to call all black women lazy and entitled because they're black women.
I would never even go down that route because what another black woman does is her business. It is not mine, okay? If she wants to stay at home and feed off the government and do that's
Okay, I'm not even gonna let you talk. I'm sorry, man. Like, I'm not even gonna let you perpetuate your bullshit. I want you to either affirm or deny. One last chance. Is a racist stereotype saying that every single black woman is lazy and entitled, okay, because they're black women, is that stereotype racist? Unmute, Jay. Dude, what is going on with the guest today? Like literally, like what the fuck is going on with the guest today? Are you too lazy to find that mute button, white man? Kind of mute that mic because you're too lazy, Mr. White Man. There you go.
Oh, hello.
So is that stereotype racist?
Yeah, yes, I could say like yeah, if you're gonna go and bunch all those people together, yes, that is fucked up. Yeah, I'm gonna
Is
say
it racist?
yeah, I would say that is fucking racist.
Okay, why did you say no earlier?
To what?
Earlier you said it's not racist to call all black women lazy and entitled.
I mean, because it's just a fucking mentality, dude. It's like you can't control how people think. Like
what is racism?
For me, a form of racism is
No, I don't want it. I want you to define the word racism.
racism. For me, is like if you wanted to walk into a grocery store and someone telling you because of the color of your skin you can't shop there, or if you
Okay,
walk into a
that's an
restaurant,
example of racism. Now define racism.
or or killing or bringing harm upon
Those are
people.
all examples. Define it.
Define racism is hating a group of people because of how they were born. That's racism for
Okay,
me.
would you say that the word hate there can be applied? However, we could also use the word disparage or hold prejudice against or cause harm to.
Yeah, of course you could. Yeah.
Okay, so this is one reason why a white person saying the N word is racist, because the N word was historically used to dehumanize, systemically dehumanize black
Yeah.
individuals in America to
Now,
justify their enslavement, to justify their rape, to justify their slaughter, to justify treating them as if they were subhuman. It was one tool out
okay.
of a nation-wide large toolbox that was used to target, disparage, and kill, force, enslave, rape, etc. black individuals.
Now,
So the reason why I think it's racist for a white individual to use the N-word is because of the system in which that word has been used historically to further disparage black individuals and is still used today to further disparage black individuals.
I get that, but I mean, what I'm trying to say is a word when when I gave you examples of racism that affects somebody's life. Now, I
Yeah,
don't
the
believe
yeah, the use of the N-word affects people's lives.
yeah, I don't see like and I have tons of black friends, and if you call
I
them the
stop
N-word,
fucking talking about that, dude. That's so cringe. I get to do whatever I want. I get to treat black people like shit. And at the end of the day, I'll never be racist because
no,
guess
no,
what? There's a
no,
few black people that I consider to be my friends. I get to say whatever I want. I get to say the N word because guess what? I have
I
some
don't
friends that are black.
I
Dude,
don't say
it's
the
called
N word.
tokenization. It's
I
so
don't say the N. I
cringe.
don't say the N word to them. So let's just clarify that right now.
To them?
Yeah, I don't
Oh,
say
it's what about at all?
no. I don't use that word in my.
I'm kicking him just because I want a normal person to debate, and we're just simply not getting that today.